Listen, the way folks is commenting in these comments and on social media about LeBron James' son getting drafted and his nepotism and all of that, like, it's giving, I had to struggle all my life. It's giving Color Purple, I had to fight all my life. It's giving, my kids gotta move out at 18 because I had to get out at 18. It's giving, I had to fight for everything that I have, so should everybody else. It's giving crabs in a barrel energy. Like, it's giving, my parents, they never loved me and gave me nothing. It's what it's really giving. Because y'all can't tell me, as a parent who was well loved by their parents, that you wouldn't provide opportunities for your children. Like, I just don't understand how people have a legitimate problem with LeBron James assisting in his child getting drafted. It's beyond me. Like, as a parent of two black boys, as a single parent of two black boys with no support, I am always looking for opportunities for my children. Because at the end of the day, if I don't, who will? Right? So it's beyond me. When I look at it through that lens of, as a parent, it is beyond me why people have such issue with LeBron James helping his child. Sure, he has a higher status than we do. Sure, he has money. Sure, he has clout. Which is probably why people have a problem with that, because they don't have the resources to provide those type of opportunities for themselves, let alone someone else, right? So, you know, I really didn't get on here to say nothing else but to be like, the audacity, right? The audacity of people to be upset that a parent provided an opportunity for their child. It's really given like you done struggled all your life and you weren't well loved and you didn't have parents that cared about you. Because even with my parents, they didn't have a lot, but they did what they could to provide opportunities for me. When I started school, I went to it would probably consider a Title I school. I don't know if they had Title I back then, but it was a lower income elementary school. But my parents realized that I had above average intelligence. So they did their best to get me into a better school. They didn't have the opportunities, the resources to put me in private school, Catholic school, all the things. But there was a better, well-established elementary school, public elementary school, that provided a education, or provided the education that I needed. And my parents stood in line to be able to get me a seat in this school. My dad got my cousin up early to like stand in line to hold a spot to make sure I got into this school. And then by 8th grade, my younger brother was entering kindergarten. And because of the sibling rule, they were able to get my brother in this school. Not to say that he didn't have the ability. He was also an above average student. But it still was a possibility, had I not been in the school, that he would not be able to get in because of the need, the desire for parents to have their kids in this school. It's a sought after public school. So I say all that to say, my parents did what they needed to do to provide opportunities for their children, even with the little resources that they had. So it's still beyond me why people are, especially black people, are in an uproar about about a parent providing a opportunity for their child. Let alone, let's aside from that, to fucking make history. Like, how many times have you seen a father and son play a sport together in national sports? That is making history. So the fact that people are like acting a monkey, as they say, acting a monkey in these comments about this athlete is just beyond me. I would just say, I'm sorry you weren't taken care of. I'm sorry you had to struggle for everything that you have. And yes, I'm being facetious when I say that. But yeah, like, suck it up, Buttercup. You didn't have the parents that Bronnie has. I'm sorry. A lot of us didn't, but at the same time does not mean that everyone still has to struggle and get it out the mud just because you had to, just because your cousins had to, your mama had to. Doesn't mean that everybody going forward has to get it out the mud like you. The goal of every parent should be to provide opportunities so that their child can rise above the level at which they live. Come on, sir, drive. Thank you. But our job as parents is to push the needle. Our children should be able to stand on our shoulders and rise to a higher level than we have had, right? LeBron got drafted out of high school. He fucking worked hard. So why can't his son stand on his shoulders and get a leg up? I stand on my parents' shoulders and have pushed the needle a little bit further and gone a little bit further than they have gone. And I hope that my children too can stand on my shoulders and push the needle and go further than I've gone. So as a parent, that should be your dream too. Now, if you don't have kids and you're in this fight, you ain't got a dog in this fight. So sit down. You don't have kids, so I can't really expect you to understand. So I can see why you would have that perspective because you're not a parent. But to those parents out there in the comments talking about why he doing that, why he acting like that, like, do better. Want better for yourself. Want better for the generation that comes after you. Period, point blank.